If you need something new to watch on Netflix right now, we might have just the thing.
Yes, written, directed, produced and starring Ricky Gervais. It's the return of his hit series, Afterlife. Let's take a look. Ricky joins us now, and it's lovely to have you here. Ricky, thank you for joining us. I love this series, I really do. It's got a special place in my heart. For anybody that hasn't seen it, will you just explain a little bit about Series 1 and where we find Tony?
Well, I play a guy, Tony, who loses the love of his life, his wife, Lisa, and he's broken. He even thinks of committing suicide, but the dog's hungry, and that gives him long enough to think, OK, I'll stick around, but I'm going to punish the world. I was going to be dead, but I can do anything I want now because everything's a bonus, and I've always got that to fall back on. And he sort of treats it as a superpower, but he's going through the 7 stages of grief. And in Series 2, he's going through sort of negotiating. He's going, OK, if I'm going to stick around, you know, why should I? He tried everything in Series 1 to feel better. Violence, drugs, didn't work. So now he's trying kindness, and that's difficult as well because he's not better, you know, because you don't just snap out of it. And after the first series, I realised that everyone was grieving. People would come up to me in the street and tell their story. They'd say, "Oh, I lost my brother 3 weeks before I watched it," or whatever. And you suddenly realise, of course. So I sort of felt it was a bit of a duty to treat it realistically and not have him just go, "Oh, I'm better now." But he's trying. He's trying to be better, you know.
And for you, because we know that you know, you're a great proponent of free speech, and there are always the professionally outraged who get upset at comedy and get upset at things that are said. For you, as the writer and the actor and the director, that's a real power for someone to be able to say whatever they want.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, even that, it still comes with consequences. And you're right about offence. Like 10 years ago, if someone said they were really offended by something, you'd look into it, you'd go, "Oh, really?" Now you go, "Yeah, I know, everyone is, don't worry about it." Because I don't believe half the people are offended. I think they just want to be heard. And just because you're offended, it doesn't mean you're right. Some people are offended by equality, you know? So it depends. It depends on why they're offended, really. And some people are just offended because it's a taboo subject. You know, these are dealing with taboo subjects. Death, depression, suicide, drugs. But that's the real world. You know, I don't shy away from those things because we second-guess the general public way too much. We say, "Oh, they can't take this," or "They're not clever enough to get that," or "take up." But why? And this is proof. Honestly, people who were grieving loved this show because people want to recognise something in TV, even entertainment. You know, it doesn't have to be heavy drama. So I think no harm comes from discussing taboo subjects. It's how well you do it, I think.
Yeah.
And actually, you've done it in a way because you think right now the timing of this, like all those subject matters, those hard-hitting subject matters that you're talking about, you think, well, us going through coronavirus, is this the right time to be bringing this into our lives? But actually, the way it is and the way it's set out, it's a very uplifting series, actually.
I think it is as well. I think it's uplifting and optimistic because it's you know, grown-up people getting through. That's what humour's for as well. It's to get us through bad stuff. That's why we have humour, to get us over stuff. And you're right. I think it already people were starting to realise what really matters in life. Even after the first couple of weeks, they're phoning their family more, and you know, they're missing the little things. And this is a show about mundane things, sort of saving your life. You know, the things you miss when you can't do them. Also, I think people are pretty tired of watching TV shows made on Zoom. So they're laughing this one.
Yeah. Well, there is that.
That happened quite quickly, actually, didn't it?
And is it true that the one thing that really upset you when you finished recording the series was saying goodbye to the dog?
Yeah, well, I said goodbye to all the cast and crew, and then when I said goodbye to the dog, I got really emotional because I was thinking, "Oh, she doesn't know why she's not going to see me Monday." I probably overestimated how much she cared about me, but that, you know, still, I love the dog. I love that dog, yeah. And she's a very important character, you know. She literally and metaphorically saves my life, which I think, again, is true. People who are lonely, if they've got a pet, it saves your life, and dogs are amazing. So,
And how are you coping with lockdown then? How's it all going?
oh, I'm fine. I mean, you know, I'm writing as usual. I go from an hour's exercise as usual. By 6 o'clock, I'm always on the couch drinking wine, watching Netflix anyway. So it's driving Jane mad because she's not used to having me home. It's like having a toddler. I've never heard this so often. Shh, shush, like this. Yeah, let me just finish this sentence. Shh, shush. Oh, that's so. Yeah, she's trying to write a novel with me wanting to play badminton, and.
That's a fabulous array of awards you've got behind you there, Ricky.
It's just that's some of them. I haven't counted them. 64.
Is it right?
We thought we'd join in here. You can't actually see us, but we've added our awards because we were feeling a little bit left out. We've emptied every cupboard.
Oh no, I can't see you. Which it's like it needed a global pandemic to make this show even weirder. But you did it. Well done.
Well, you've always said that, haven't you? You have always said that.
I know. I don't know what that game was. I mean, it was weird. I mean, what was that game? What do you make this show up as you go along?
Sometimes.
Be honest.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
We've got to keep ourselves amused.
Yeah.
So
you do.
I know that one of the things you said that you loved about working with Netflix was that you could do whatever you wanted. There weren't people interfering with what it was that you were doing. What about Series 3 then, in that case? Because people are watching this now, it's dropped, they can watch the whole thing on Netflix. Would you think about a Series 3?
I would. For the first time ever, I think I would do a Series 3, just because the world's so rich, there's so many characters. There's characters in this that could be the lead in, like, you know, 6 or 7 cases. But, you know, it's got to go down a storm. And it seems to be at the moment. So if it carries on like this, then, yeah, there could be a third, yeah.
Well, Series 1 and Series 2 is available on Netflix right now. So you just focusing on this? Because I imagine with all this time, you must be writing away. Is there any new projects you're writing?
I should be. I'm doing a lot of things like this for it, but I'm not working as hard as I should. And my world tour's postponed, so I've got to fit that in. So it's all up in the air at the moment. But do you know what? As I said before, you're not going to hear me complain when there's nurses doing 14-hour shifts. So
yeah, sure.
I'm fine, you know.
It's lovely to talk to you, Ricky. Thank you very much indeed.
Afterlife
Series 2 is on Netflix now and is trending, actually.
You look after yourself, Ricky.
Thanks, Ricky.
Bye.
See you later.